Hey Libra, welcome back to the channel. So I just sat down with my deck because I kept getting this intense pull to check in on what is happening around you right now. And honestly, what came through is pretty significant. Before I even shuffled, I could feel this heavy energy, like someone out there is carrying something against you. Not in a casual way either. This feels personal, calculated, and it has been building for a while now. I want to be really clear with you from the start. This reading is not about creating fear or drama. This is about giving you awareness of what is actually happening in your energetic field right now so you can navigate it with clarity. Because here's the thing, Libra, you might not even realize what you did to trigger this person. It could have been something you said months ago, a boundary you set, a decision you made that was completely right for you but somehow disrupted their plans or ego, and now they are holding onto it. So let me pull these cards and walk you through exactly what the universe wants you to know about this situation, who this person is, what they are thinking, what they might be planning, and most importantly, how you protect yourself and move forward with your power intact. Alright, shuffling now. I am asking the cards to reveal the truth about this energy directed at you. Libra, what do you need to know about someone who has it out for you and what is really going on beneath the surface? First card coming through is the Two of Wands. Right away, this is telling me something really specific about this person. The Two of Wands is about planning, about standing at a crossroads and making strategic decisions about the future. This person is not just casually upset with you. They are actively thinking about you. They are planning something. I am getting this visual of someone literally standing there, looking out at their options, and you are in their line of sight. Not in a good way. What strikes me about this card is the deliberate energy. The figure on the Two of Wands holds a globe in their hand, symbolizing that they are considering their next move carefully. They are weighing options. This person might be thinking about how to approach you, what to say, who to talk to about you, or how to position themselves in a way that affects your reputation or your peace. There is a calculated quality here that honestly gives me chills because it means this is not spontaneous anger. This is someone who has been sitting with their feelings about you and now they are in planning mode. The Two of Wands often shows up when someone is at a decision point between staying where they are or making a move. For this person, I feel like they have already decided they want to make a move against you in some way. It could be through gossip. It could be through undermining you in a professional setting. It could be through trying to turn mutual friends or colleagues against you. The energy here is about strategy and future action. They are not done with whatever they feel you did to them. Now here is what I want you to understand about the Two of Wands energy, Libra. This card also reveals something about their mindset. They see you as someone who has power or success or something they want. The globe in their hand represents world domination in a sense, ambition, the desire to control outcomes. This person might feel like you got something they deserved, or you are in a position they wanted, or you made a choice that blocked them from something. Their planning is rooted in envy or resentment, not just simple anger. I also want to point out that the Two of Wands is a fire card, Wands energy, which means there is passion behind this. This person feels strongly. They are not indifferent. Whatever happened between you two, it lit a fire in them, and instead of processing it healthily, they are channeling it into plotting. The concerning part is that Wands energy is action-oriented. This is not someone who will just sit quietly and stew. They want to do something about how they feel. For you, Libra, this card is a warning to pay attention to who is watching you a little too closely, who asks too many questions about your plans, who seems overly interested in your next moves, who has been quieter than usual but you can feel their eyes on you. The Two of Wands person is gathering information, watching, waiting for the right moment to make their move. Stay aware but do not let paranoia take over. Awareness is power here. Second card, and this one is intense, Queen of Cups. Now this is fascinating because the Queen of Cups is typically one of the most emotionally intelligent, intuitive, compassionate cards in the deck. She represents someone who is deeply connected to their feelings and the feelings of others. She is nurturing, empathetic, often psychic or highly intuitive. But here is where this gets complicated, and I need you to really hear me on this. When the Queen of Cups shows up in a reading about someone who has it out for you, It reveals that this person knows you on an emotional level. They understand your vulnerabilities. They have seen your soft spots. This could be someone who was once close to you, someone you trusted, someone you opened up to about your fears, your dreams, your insecurities. And now they are using that emotional knowledge against you, or at least holding it in their back pocket. The Queen of Cups can also indicate that this person is playing the victim role beautifully. Queens are masters of their suit, and the suit of cups is emotions. This person might be out there telling a story about what happened between you two, and in their version, they are the wounded party. They are the one who was wronged. They are painting themselves as deeply hurt, betrayed, emotionally damaged by whatever you did. And because they are so good at accessing and displaying emotion, people might believe them. I am also getting that this person could be using emotional manipulation as their weapon of choice. The Queen of Cups understands how to pull on heartstrings, how to create sympathy, how to make others feel sorry for them. If they are talking about you to mutual connections, they are probably doing it from this place of seeming vulnerability. They are not coming across as angry or aggressive. They are coming across as hurt and confused, which makes them seem more credible and makes you seem like the villain. But here is the deeper layer, Libra. The Queen of Cups is also telling me this person is dealing with their own emotional wounds that have nothing to do with you. The Queen of Cups can sometimes indicate someone who is drowning in their own feelings, who has not done their healing work, who projects their inner pain onto external situations. Whatever you did or did not do, it triggered something much older and deeper in them. You became the screen onto which they are projecting their unresolved trauma, abandonment issues, rejection wounds, or feelings of inadequacy. This is someone who feels things deeply, too deeply sometimes. They do not have healthy boundaries around their emotions. When you set a boundary with them, when you chose yourself over their needs, when you walked away from something that was not serving you, they took it as a personal attack on their worth. They internalized it as proof of something they already believed about themselves, that they are not enough, that people always leave them, that they are not lovable. And instead of working through that internally, they have decided you are the problem. The Queen of Cups is also highly intuitive, which means this person might have picked up on things you never explicitly said. They might have sensed your true feelings even when you were being polite. If you were pulling away emotionally before you fully pulled away physically or verbally, they felt it. And that feeling of being emotionally abandoned or deprioritized is what has them so activated right now. For you, the message here is to recognize that this is not really about you. This is about their emotional landscape, their wounds, their inability to process rejection or change in a healthy way. You cannot fix this for them. You cannot make them see the truth. All you can do is protect your own emotional space and refuse to engage with their narrative. Third card, the Hangman. This is where the reading takes a turn because the Hangman is about suspension, about being in limbo, about waiting and seeing things from a completely different perspective. This card is telling me that right now, there is a pause in whatever is happening between you and this person. They might be in a holding pattern, or you are, or the situation itself is just suspended in this weird in-between space. The Hanged Man suggests that this person might be waiting for something before they make their next move. They could be waiting for the right opportunity, waiting to see what you do next, waiting for more information, or waiting for emotions to settle so they can approach this more strategically. There is a sense of calculated patience here, which combined with the Two of Wands planning energy, tells me this person is not rushing into anything. They are taking their time. But here is the thing about the Hanged Man, Libra. This card is also about sacrifice and seeing things from an upside-down perspective. This person genuinely believes they are the one who sacrificed something in your connection. They believe they gave more, cared more, invested more, and that you did not appreciate it or reciprocate it. In their mind, they are the martyr. They are the one who hung themselves out there emotionally, professionally, or energetically for you, and you did not honor that sacrifice. The Hanged Man can also indicate that this person is stuck in their perspective. They are hanging in one position and they cannot or will not shift out of it. They have decided on a narrative about what happened between you two, and they are committed to that story. No amount of explanation from you would change their mind right now because they are literally suspended in their viewpoint. They cannot see it any other way. I am also getting that the Hanged Man represents a kind of spiritual test for both of you. For them, it is about whether they can let go of resentment and see the situation from a higher perspective. For you, it is about whether you can surrender the need to be understood by someone who is determined to misunderstand you. The Hanged Man asks us to release control, to trust that the universe sees the truth even when other people do not. There is also this energy of public perception with the Hanged Man. Historically, hanging was a public punishment, a spectacle. This person might be trying to make an example of you in some way, trying to hang you out in the court of public opinion, so to speak. They want others to see you the way they see you. They want validation for their feelings by getting others to agree that you were wrong. But the wisdom of the Hanged Man is that sometimes being misunderstood is part of your spiritual path. Sometimes you have to surrender the need to defend yourself and trust that truth has its own timeline. People who are meant to see clearly will see clearly. People who are committed to their distorted perception will stay there until they are ready to shift. And that is not your responsibility. The Hanged Man is also telling me that you might be in a waiting period yourself. Libra, you might be trying to figure out how to handle this, whether to address it directly, whether to ignore it, whether to defend yourself or stay silent. This card suggests that waiting and watching might be your best strategy right now. Do not force a resolution. Let things unfold. Stay in your integrity and let the truth reveal itself over time. Fourth card, Two of Swords. Oh, this is sulfur monoxide telling, Libra. The Two of Swords is the card of decision avoidance, of being at a stalemate, of willful blindness, of refusing to see or acknowledge the truth. This card shows a figure blindfolded, holding two swords crossed over their chest, usually sitting near water, which represents emotions. This is someone who is literally blocking themselves from seeing the full picture. This person is in denial about their role in whatever happened between you two. The Two of Swords indicates that they are refusing to look at their own behavior, their own contribution to the breakdown of your connection. They have blindfolded themselves to any perspective that would require them to take accountability. It is much easier for them to make you the villain than to examine how they might have pushed you away with their behavior, their expectations, their emotional demands, or their energy. The Two of Swords also represents a mental stalemate. This person is stuck in black and white thinking, you are bad, they are good. You were wrong, they were right. There is no nuance in their understanding of what happened. They have taken a position and they are defending it with crossed swords, refusing to let any alternative perspective penetrate their mental fortress. I am also getting that this person might be in denial about how much you actually meant to them, or how hurt they really are. The Two of Swords can indicate emotional suppression. They are pretending they are over it, pretending they do not care, pretending it does not bother them. But the crossed swords over their heart tell a different story. They are protecting themselves from feeling the full weight of their emotions about you. And that suppressed emotion is what is leaking out as resentment and plotting. The water behind the figure in the Two of Swords is usually rough or turbulent, representing emotional unrest beneath the surface calm. This person might appear collected or unbothered on the outside, but internally they are in turmoil. They are at war with themselves about you. Part of them probably still cares about you, still wants connection with you, but their ego will not let them admit that. So instead, they have chosen the path of resentment. The Two of Swords is also about refusing to make a choice. This person is stuck between wanting to reach out to you and wanting to hurt you. They are stuck between moving on and staying fixated on what happened. They are stuck between accepting reality and fighting against it. And because they will not choose, they are just sitting in this toxic middle ground where they are not healing, not moving forward, but also not taking clear action. It is a miserable place to be, honestly. For you, Libra, the Two of Swords is revealing that this person is not seeing you clearly. They are seeing a projection, a story they have created, a version of you that fits their narrative. You cannot reason with someone who has blindfolded themselves. You cannot show truth to someone who is refusing to look. This card is confirmation that engaging with this person or trying to explain yourself would be pointless right now. They are not in a mental or emotional space to receive anything you have to say. The message here is to let them stay in their stalemate. It is not your job to remove their blindfold. Eventually, that stalemate will become so uncomfortable that they will have to make a choice to either heal and move on or stay stuck in bitterness. But that is their journey, not yours. Fifth card, Page of Swords. Now this card is really important because it reveals the energy of what this person might actually do. The Page of Swords is the messenger, the communicator, the spy, the gossip, the investigator. This is someone who uses words and information as their weapon. Pages are young energy, sometimes immature, and the sword suit is all about mental activity, communication, and conflict. This person is talking. They are definitely talking. The Page of Swords indicates that they are gathering information about you, possibly asking questions to mutual friends or connections, trying to piece together what you are doing, who you are seeing, how you are living your life. They are in reconnaissance mode. They want to know things, and they might be using what they learn to either feed their own narrative or to share with others in a way that does not paint you favorably. The Page of Swords can be very sharp-tongued. They know how to phrase things in ways that sound innocent or curious but are actually loaded with judgment or insinuation. They might be saying things like, "Oh, I just wonder how Libra is doing after everything that happened," when really they are planting seeds of doubt or curiosity in others' minds. They are stirring the pot without looking like they are stirring the pot. I am also getting that this person might be someone younger than you, or someone with younger energy, someone who is less emotionally mature, someone who handles conflict in a more juvenile way. The Page of Swords can indicate someone who has not developed the wisdom of the higher swords court cards. They are reactive, impulsive in their communication, quick to speak without thinking through consequences. There is also this energy of surveillance with the Page of Swords. This person might be watching your social media closely, checking to see what you post, who you are connected with, what you are up to. They are keeping tabs on you, and every piece of information they gather either fuels their resentment or gives them something new to analyze or talk about. The Page of Swords is truth-seeking, but their version of truth is filtered through their bias and hurt. They are looking for evidence that supports their narrative about you. Confirmation bias is strong here. If you post something happy, they might interpret it as you not caring about what happened between you two. If you post something vulnerable, they might see it as karma catching up with you. They are not capable of objective observation right now because they are too emotionally invested in being right about you being wrong. For you, Libra, this card is a clear message to be mindful of what you share publicly and who you share private information with. If you have mutual connections with this person, assume that anything you say might get back to them, filtered through whatever lens the messenger has. The Page of Swords is fast, so information travels quickly in this situation. The positive side of the Page of Swords is that pages are not as powerful as knights, queens, or kings. Their actions might be annoying, but they are not devastating. They do not have the authority or influence to do serious damage. They are more like a fly buzzing around than a real threat. Still, flies are irritating, and you do not want them contaminating your space. Sixth and final card, King of Cups. This is fascinating because we had the Queen of Cups earlier on, now we have the King of Cups. So there is definitely a strong Cups energy in this reading, which is all about emotions, relationships, intuition, and feelings. But the King of Cups brings a very different energy than the Queen. The King of Cups is emotionally mature, balanced, in control of his feelings rather than controlled by them. He is compassionate but also has strong boundaries. He understands emotions deeply but does not drown in them. He is the master of the emotional realm. So what is this card doing in a reading about someone who has it out for you? I am getting to possible interpretations here, and both feel relevant. First, the King of Cups could be showing up as the energy you need to embody moving forward. You need to be the King of Cups in this situation, Libra. You need to master your emotional response to what is happening. You need to stay balanced, stay compassionate. Even toward someone who is not showing you compassion, but also maintain firm boundaries. Do not let their drama pull you into emotional chaos. The King of Cups says you can acknowledge that this situation is hurtful and frustrating without being consumed by it. You can understand that this person is struggling without taking responsibility for their healing. You can feel your feelings about being targeted or misunderstood without letting those feelings dictate your actions. This is emotional sovereignty, and it is what will protect you and keep you in your power throughout this situation. The second interpretation is that the King of Cups represents someone who might come into this situation as a mediator or voice of reason, or it represents the ultimate outcome of this situation. Kings represent mastery and culmination. The King of Cups as an outcome suggests that eventually, emotional maturity and balance will prevail. The truth will come to light in a way that is calm, clear, and undeniable, not through drama or confrontation, but through the natural unfolding of reality. The King of Cups is also telling me that your emotional integrity is your greatest protection right now. When you stay in your truth, when you do not engage in revenge or retaliation, when you handle this situation with grace and maturity, you win. Not in a petty way but in a spiritual way. You maintain your peace, your reputation among people who matter, and your self-respect. I am also getting that the King of Cups is advising you to trust your intuition about this person and this situation. You probably already knew something was off. You probably already felt this energy directed at you. The King of Cups is deeply intuitive, and he trusts what he feels. Do not second-guess yourself. Do not let anyone gaslight you into thinking you are being paranoid or oversensitive. Your emotional radar is picking up real signals. The King of Cups can also indicate that you might need to have a calm, mature conversation with this person at some point, but only if and when you feel genuinely called to do so from a grounded place, not from a need to defend yourself or change their mind, but from a place of offering closure or clarity if that feels right for you. However, given the other cards in this reading, I would not rush into that. Sometimes the most mature thing you can do is maintain distance and let time and space do their work.